Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Digital Max Sports Network. This is Scott Kerker along with Randy McGool. Randy, a packed house here in Morton. This is a great atmosphere. You don't get these many nights, but tonight it's a packed house, and it's always fun to play in a packed house against one of your rivals.
Oh, my goodness. People are parking 5 blocks from here to get in here, Scott. We just had a great game. The girls varsity, Morton's got a heck of a tradition there, so they just took us down girls varsity-wise, but back-to-back varsity games here. We did this at the Shirk Center last year, but what a great rivalry here. Metamora comes in, 4-2, kind of got a young team. It's going to be interesting to see how we respond in this environment. Morton comes in 3-2. Both teams were in the Kevin Brown Tournament of Champions over in Washington. Had a pretty good showing both ways. But Morton comes in here just off a loss off Peoria Central. So I know they're going to want to get right at home. And it's going to be tough to shoot the ball here. And they're going to shoot well. This is their backyard, Scott.
Yeah, this is this is one of the worst places Metamora shoots. Here and Pekin are two of the worst places for Metamora to shoot. But, I'm sure Morton comes off that loss was that Tuesday night at the hands of the Central Lions, and I'm sure they're going to want to come out and play a much better game than they did the other night. I heard that they didn't shoot the ball well. A lot of people don't shoot the ball against Central. We'll see them on the 20th.
Absolutely, and you're right. Coming off that game, they got to be a little extra hungry. Coach Zeller here runs an extremely disciplined program. So, this game is going to be gritty, Scott. These teams are going to get after each other. It's going to be a fun contest here.
We'll take a timeout. When we get back, we'll talk to the head coach of the Redbirds.
We got this right here.
Yeah.
Wherever they want to go, they can go. I'm not back here, so I couldn't run a commercial.
Welcome back to Morton High School. We're here with Metamora head coach Justin James. Justin, big packed house here tonight. Big rivalry game for you.
Yeah, it's always a fun environment over here at the Potter Box.
Yeah, for sure. You come into the night 4-2. You come off of 3 very impressive wins. They're coming off a loss to Peoria Central. And I look at Peoria Central as kind of in the same boat we are. A lot of sophomores, a lot of youth. They kind of took it to Morton a little bit.
Yeah, as you can see, Morton's a little bit banged up right now. They got 2 starters out. One was out last week. First came back was Tuesday. So, that they say the most dangerous animal is the wounded one. So we can't take for granted that people are out. Same thing happened last week at Washington. Their best player was out. We still lost the game. So hopefully it'll work out a little bit better for us this week.
Coach, what do you expect here? When you look at coming to Morton, we get in foul trouble. We don't shoot the ball as well, but it seems like we're a little deeper at guards this year. Maybe those fouls aren't going to have maybe the impact that they've had in the past.
Yeah.
What do you guys expect to see here? What kind of pace?
Very physical game, but usually don't call a whole lot over here. Both teams are really physical. It's going to be loud. It's going to be hard to hear. Guys got to just go out and make plays and be tough, and we'll come home with a win if we do that.
Coach, we'll let you get going here, but bring home a W.
Thanks, guys.
We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about keys for tonight's victory.
These people want to bite my hands off.
Welcome back to Morton High School, Randy. And I also want to welcome back our third member of our broadcast team tonight, Eli Young, who's also double dipping as our producer. Thank you, Eli. I think this is a big game for Metamora. I think Metamora needs to come out tonight and continue to play the way they've been playing.
You know, God, I look at this game as kind of an early season stress test for us. You know, you think about how we did. You know, we go over to Washington. We're up by 10 at half. We kind of squandered that game a little bit, but there was a lot of lessons that we learned over there, right? Now the question is, those lessons, and we've seen them pay off in the last couple games, but you get into this pressure environment in Morton here, and all of a sudden now it's a stress test. We're going to see, do those lessons really take, right? You know, the emotion and just all the little things, the help side, you know, the not fouling, all those that stuff. You know what I mean? So we're going to see if those lessons truly took.
For sure, for sure. And you're right, this is probably the best team we've played since the Tournament of Champions.
Oh, no question about it. You know, and I mean, Morton comes out of the Tournament of Champions. You know, they beat Modern Day, Scott. You know what I mean? That's the Catholic League out there in Los Angeles, you know, with John Bosco and whatnot. So, you know, some people said Modern Day wasn't, you know, their typical selves, but still, I mean, Morton beat Modern Day. That's kind of crazy.
For sure, for sure.
So, yeah, you're going to get one heck of a game here tonight. And, you know, Coach Zeller runs such a disciplined team that, you know, if they get a 5-point lead, they might come out here and hold the ball.
Oh, for sure. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't know. You don't know what to expect here. So, yeah, packed crowds, you know,
And don't forget, we have this game here tonight, and we have tomorrow night's game against Normal UI.
At home, back in
the friendly confines.
Yes, the friendly confines.
Where we've won 47 in a row.
Wow, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. But yeah, when's the last time we won a game here in Morton? I mean, it's been a few years.
Well, 23 we won pretty handily. I don't know if you remember, was that 23 or 22? We were up fairly large at the end with about 40 seconds to go, and we were just kind of out front, and Morton walked off the court, and Drew Tucker went in and dunked it.
The Drew Tucker dunk, you're right. I do remember that game now, Scott. You're right. That seems like a long time ago. A lot's happened since then, but you're right. That was only a few years ago. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. And, you know, we talked about earlier, so last year this game was played in the Shirk Center. You know, it was the Metamora home game.
Yep.
We kind of doubled up with the varsity, and I don't know what happened that this game is here at Morton today, but I think it was supposed to be initially.
It was supposed to be at Shirk Center, and we looked on the schedule. Well, Illinois Wesleyan doesn't have any games there tonight.
Ah, man, yeah, because that was fun. You know, it's fun to go over there, play on a college floor, just a different environment, kind of an arena environment, kind of a postseason feel to it, you know. So that was fun. But here we are in Morton, in the Potter Dome, ready to get after it. You know,
Potter box. If I will call it a box until somebody shows me the dome part of it.
I knew you were going to correct me on that, Scott. For some reason, I knew you were going to correct me on that. You know, Eli, what do you? You know, I'm calling it the Potter Dome. He's calling it the Potter box. What do you call this place?
Yeah, I'm no architect, but I don't see much of a dome shape. You know, I'm thinking dome. I'm kind of thinking U.S. Capitol building-esque. And I don't see it. It seems like a pretty flat gym. I hope they don't play volleyball in here. That's all I have to say.
You know, I was just going to say that. You know, my daughter played a lot of volleyball here, and you're right. The ball did go up and get caught in these beams quite a bit in the volleyball season here. But yeah, so that's, you know, I mean, they call it the Potter Dome, but that's up for debate, I think, in Redbird country, you know.
As Metamora comes onto the court,
I think you got two really disciplined teams here going at it, Scott, you know, and obviously I have to give the edge, I think, to Morton, you know.
Home
court advantage. They're going to shoot the ball just a little bit better here, you know. And also, you know, they've got more juniors and seniors than we do. You know what I mean? If you stack them up.
They got 7 seniors out of their 12 players.
Yeah, so,
one sophomore dressed.
Yeah, so this, like I said, this is going to be a stress test for the Redbirds to see can we hold up under pressure and hold our composure. So it should be a really fun game. I'm just looking down the roster. They've got Tommy Krupa. We remember him from football season. They've got him listed at 6'7" here. Their big guy. They've got 6'4" Silas Steppen, 6'6" Brandon Petty.
You can make the argument that Silas Stebbins might be the best athlete in the conference.
Oh, man, on the football field, he was an absolute just tornado. I mean, tough. But Coach Dane mentioned it. Did he say something about a couple injuries here at Morton?
Morton's got a couple of guys out.
Do we know who that is?
I think it's Jake Walderman, the transfer from Peoria to Notre Dame. I don't know if he's the one that came back. I know they had two out. He was out and another guy was out. One is back, but I'm not sure which one's back.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to kind of look at that. But so, yeah, size-wise, we should match up with these guys. We're pretty close. I don't think they're going to be super dominant in any way, and I think style of play, I think very similar.
Yeah.
Very disciplined. Both teams like play a man-to-man defense, come out after you, put some pressure on you, turn you over, controlled break. A lot of inside-out threes. So yeah, I mean these two teams, and I think last year we matched up with these guys, postseason, and I think same thing could happen again this year. This could be the kind of team we're going to see postseason.
Randy, when you were in high school, you never got to play here at the.
Thank goodness, because I think when I was in high school, they had guys like J.R. Koch and Derek Grimm and things like that. So I'm glad I didn't have to come down here and play.
When I was in high school, they had a legendary coach, Norm Reiser. Norm Reiser was the dean of coaches on this side of the river, and he always had the 1-3-1 zone. That I think that in most states it is illegal, but in Illinois they.
How so? Is that like a tush push illegal, or what are we talking about?
It was just say it was illegal.
Really, it was that good.
It was that good.
So good. It was.
And
wow.
he had a son, Greg Reiser, who was really good. They had some. They always seemed to have guys that were just, 6'4", 6'5", had a wingspan of like an 8-footer, and I know that a lot of those guys had a second elbow on every arm, and they were couldn't beat. I remember one time we lost to them by 10 my sophomore year, and we looked at it as a victory.
Yeah. If you come over here and play a close game, I mean, they've had so much talent over the years. But you're right. You run a 1-3-1 zone with big, long, athletic guys and you run it with the tenacity of a man-to-man defense. I mean, that can be really tough. And, you got those long arms. You got to get the ball up in the air to get it over that zone. And you got guys on the backside that are running down and steal it. So that's tough.
Take some time now for the national anthem and then the starting lineups.
A medical team at the Children's Hospital was prepared and waiting to care for her when she was born.
Well, Randy, as we get ready for this opening tip-off.
Like number 13, Silas Steffen comes in, a 6'4" senior.
What an athlete.
Yeah, just an outstanding athlete. Not sure, does he play baseball, Scott?
I don't know, but he's a pretty good football player and a really good basketball player.
Yeah, well-rounded kid. So he controls the tip against Jones. Morton to bring it up. Redbird set out in the man-to-man defense. That's number 11, Owen Adams. Just layup off the reverse action. Ball just goes up off of Vasquez there. Just a little bump and no foul. Morton starts all seniors here, Scott.
That's a hold on. Is that going to be on Vasquez?
Yeah, it goes on Vasquez. So he hits first, team first. This Morton team, all seniors, are just going to be pacing it. Well, they just throw the ball away, and there's Vasquez.
That's over and back.
Over and back. It'll be Metamora ball, but
that was a good job by Vasquez, just to kind of let it go instead of.
Yeah.
As soon as they touched it, it was over and back.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think we're going to see this Morton team be awful patient, with seniors and try to work their sound. A little back door to Brady Jones, and they step out. Busey with the recovery. Oh, Vasquez with the recovery. Now to Busey, now back to Vasquez. Over to Jones. Jones works against Stephen. Ball gets picked away by McKee. McKee's on the run. Euro step. Goes for McKee. Morton with the 4-0 early lead here. Busey for three.
Good.
Got it to a 1-point game here. Stephen set the high screen. McKee now thought about the three. Now he drives downhill. Layup doesn't go. Busey with the rebound. Out of Vasquez. Redbirds are on the run. Jones. Nope. Looks at Jones. Now the other corner for Koch. Three doesn't go. Morton on the run in the lane. Let a floater go. That's number one, Stu Zeller, coach's son. Geyer hands off to Koch. Now to Jones in the corner. Back to Geyer. Geyer hands off to Vasquez. Now to Koch. Down to Jones. To Geyer. Geyer now looks to get in the lane. Gets it out to Busey for three. Good. And they're going to get a call here after the shot. It may go against Stephen.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it might be Metamora to inbound here. Basket's good, so the 3-point count. That's on Stephen now with a push against Jones. So the Redbirds will have a chance here to take a lead here. Goes into Koch to Vasquez. Now to Geyer. Back to Vasquez for, no, thought about the three, takes it in. To Geyer now for three. Off the heel. Jones now with the rebound. Takes it and gets the foul. That'll be 2 fouls on Tyler Stephen here in the early going. So
and he may have to sit the rest of this half.
It's a good sign for the Redbirds here. Get one of their top athletes off the floor here in the early going. Jones now to shoot 2.
Come on now, Brady.
And so Stephen comes out, and he'll be replaced by number 2, Reed Newoff, 6'3" sophomore. Yeah. Jones attempts the second.
And he gets the second. 7-6 Redbird.
Ball goes down the block to Zeller. A little fadeaway doesn't go. Jones sends it out to Koch. Redbirds are on the run. Koch now.
And good.
With the right hand. With the Redbirds a 3-point lead here. A little over 4.5 into the first. Zeller gets to the elbow, kicks it out. He now thought about the three. Drives down, kicks it out again. Zeller now drives to the lane, kicks it out. Nice job by the Redbirds to recover on that pass. Left-hand layup goes. That's number 11, Owen Adams, 6-foot senior. Now guarded by McKee. Vasquez thought about the three. With folded pivot, so that'll be Morton to inbound. Help substitutions. Tommy Krupka, number 33 coming in. And Brody Pinter. Krupa 6'7" senior. Pinter a 6'2" junior.
So Eli, early in this early going, offensively, what have you seen from Metamora?
I mean, you got to keep beating the hot hand Busey, I think. I talked about him earlier, He's not one of those guys you think will go off for 20 points, but this might be his night. You never know.
Vasquez has the task of guarding McKee. You remember last year he hit about 3 or 4 threes in the first quarter against us at Wesleyan and really changed the game.
And then didn't do much after that.
Koch gets the hand out in the passing lane. Adams misses the three, gets his own rebound, doesn't go. Jones now pulls it down. Vasquez now up the side. Leaves it for Jones. Now Geyer cuts in the lane, a little spin move. Doesn't go for him.
A nice move, though. I like that.
Yeah. Koch now out in the passing lane and just knocks the ball out of bounds. Zeller come back in the game. They replace McKee and Adams. Zeller drives down, doesn't go. That's going to be a rebound by Tommy Krupa. And he'll have the opportunity for the three-point play here. Ball goes against Busey. His first, team second. Burns now pulls the offensive board down. And they're going to get
a foul on who?
Little reach-in foul, and that goes against Koch.
Ooh, is that his first?
That'll be his first, team third. Morton inbound underneath their own hoop. Now the official now, I think, is talking to Vasquez, maybe telling him to give a little space to the offensive player there. Guarding the sophomore, Newhoff.
And it'll be off Metamora. I think that was off Geyer.
Morton to inbound on the other side of the hoop. Ball goes into Krupa. Gets the layup. Gives Morton a 3-point lead here. Geyer guarded by Krupa. Busey now for three. Off the heel, Koch with the rebound, back to Busey. Busey now out to Geyer for three. Go! Ties things up at 12. Nice kick.
Like Zach Bourne up off the Redbird bench. He'll come in along with, who's the other one there?
Colin Morrison, it looks like.
Offensive rebound by Burns, down low. Little scoop doesn't go. Grady Jones now pulls it down.
Redbirds having a chance to regain the lead here.
Grady Jones for three. Just rims out. Krupa now gets it. Layup won't go for him. Gets his own rebound, puts it in. Morton with the 2-point lead. Geyer posts up against Zeller. Gets it out to Vasquez for three. Redbirds up by one. Boy, that's a great inside-out look there. Kind of a skip to Vasquez, just ready to shoot. Jones with the rebound.
He's just controlling the board down at that end.
Doing a great job. Koch now drives baseline, kicks it out to Busey for three. It's good. Beautiful ball movement there from the Redbirds. Excellent driving kick. Sophomore takes a little fadeaway, doesn't go. Busey with the rebound. Jones now in the corner, guarded by the sophomore. Jones spins his way in the lane, kicks it out to Vasquez for three. It's good. Wow. Excellent ball movement by the Redbirds here. Hitting the backside shooter. Jones with the rebound off the Morton miss. Geyer doesn't go, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Redbirds up 21-14 here in Morton.
Take this time to thank our sponsors.
Well, Scott, I couldn't help but overhear the huddle from the Morton coach, who's definitely not pleased with his team, but he's asking his team to get more physical, kind of go through the chest of the Redbird players, not play finesse, really play gritty power basketball. Now Morton comes out here in a little zone. Morrison thought about the three, gets it to Vasquez on the wing, back to Morrison, now to Geyer. Will post Koch for three. Just rims out.
That just rims out. Might have been a dagger.
Rebound. Burns down, spins down the lane, gets it to go. Cuts the Metamora lead to 5. Colin Morrison in the lineup now. Zach Bourne now. And the layup just won't go. And he's getting Vasquez now for three off the front. Burns with the rebound. Morton on the run. Finds the trailer. Zeller for two, and that cuts the Metamora lead to 3. Had a couple little shots there that just rimmed out, Scotty. Morrison now for 3.
Good!
Beautiful. And now, Coach Zeller for Morton calls a timeout. Redbirds with a 6-point lead here with 6:47 to go in the second.
A little strange that you face a team that's red hot from the 3-point line. You can come out in a zone.
I just wanted to give him a little different look, just to change the pace and whatnot. But, you got a kid like Morrison out there in the front. It's kind of a 2-front zone. You're not guarding the top of the key, and that's a free throw for Colin Morrison. You know what I mean? So, Coach Zeller is definitely going to change things up here after what he saw there.
I'm not sure if I've seen red hot shooting carry over like this before. I don't know.
Yeah, it's early. We got to be able to sustain it, right?
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
Right now, we are looking good, and we're getting good looks. Again, we're not forcing anything, and it's an inside-out look. Those are high percentage looks that the Redbirds are getting right now. Morrison guards Zeller out top. Back Bourne. Guards Steffen. Little backdoor to McKee with a floater on the baseline. Cuts the lead to 4. Morton comes out in the man.
That last possession, that was really good. Part of the key to this scoring there was Zach Bourne fighting to keep possession of the ball.
Colin Morrison gets downhill. He gets fouled on the floor, so it'll be Metamora to inbound underneath the hoop. But you're right. That last possession against the zone was fantastic and really took him out of the zone. Now Morton's back in the man, and Silas Steffen is back on the court here in the second quarter with 2 fouls. So
I'd go right at him.
Yeah, so Zach Bourne is guarded by Steffen, and Bourne's a pretty physical kid. Ball goes into Koch in the corner. Now to Bourne. Over to Geyer for 3. And it goes on the backside. It gives the Redbirds a 7-point lead here. McKee with the baseline jumper. Doesn't go. And now it's locked up. That'll be a jump ball. Not sure where the arrow's going.
I think it's Morton ball.
It'll be Morton inbound underneath their own hoop. Now we've got Tommy Krupa coming back in the game. He'll replace Stefan. Coach Zeller wants to be careful with Stefan. Doesn't want him to pick up his third.
Jones will come back into the lineup for Geyer. Good first quarter and a half for Geyer.
Ball goes into Burns, and
that'll be an offensive foul on Morton.
That could go. That's Tommy Krupa with the off-ball screen there. Just wasn't set.
He just shoved him away.
Yeah, you got to be set on that. And it's so tempting when a guy comes by. You want to get in his way. That's your job, but you just can't move. Bourne now's got it on the wing, gets it out to Morrison, who takes the three against McKee. Scott's now back to Bourne. Bourne drives the lane. Layup just doesn't go. Krupa with the rebound.
Love the move.
Great look by Bourne. It just wouldn't fall. McKee now takes it in the lane. Redbirds want to travel. He dragged his pivot foot a little bit, but the ball goes out of bounds for the Redbirds. But you saw the whole bench there go crazy. That was really
I think they just missed it, and we might have got a break on that out of bounds because we might have knocked it out.
Yeah. Redbirds up by 7 here with the ball. Bourne now pokes against Krupa down in the lane. Ball goes out to Vasquez. Vasquez now thought about driving on Krupa. And now Vasquez will draw the foul. That'll go against number 11, Owen Adams. That'll be his first for Morton. And that'll be team foul number 3 on Morton here. Now the sophomore, Newhoff, comes in. He replaces Burns, 6'3" senior.
They do a lot of subbing, and I'm not so sure that's a good thing because there's no continuity.
Well, yeah, right now, I mean, they're just looking to grind it out a little bit and find the hot hand maybe. Koch drives baseline, kicks it back out. Bourne now drives on Krupa. Little fadeaway jumper. Doesn't go. Adams with the rebound for Morton. The sophomore pulls up for 3. And there's Colin Morrison. Pulls down the rebound. Kicks it out to Jones for 3.
Oh, that's out of bounds.
Just bounces over the top of the backboard, so out of bounds to Morton.
And it looks like it's
Busey and Geyer.
They'll come back in for Bourne and Koch.
And, again, that was another great look for 3. It just didn't fall, but that inside-out look is really what we're doing tonight. It's paying dividends so far. Adams gets the screen. Nice little cut there. It's got to have a little more help side on that. Cuts the lead down to 5. Brady Jones against Cooper. Reverses it to Busey. Now to Geyer. Back to Busey. Busey fakes the 3. Back to Geyer. Spin. Out to Vasquez. Back to Busey. Over to Morrison. Morrison now has got the drive. Over to Vasquez for 3.
Good.
Wow. The drive and kick for the Metamora Redbirds right now is fantastic, and that puts the Redbirds lead back up to 8. Nice job on the switch. They're going to get Morrison for a hold now on Krupa. That's a little bit of a mismatch, but him and Jones kind of switched up top, which, last time they didn't switch, we gave up the layup, so you really can't fault that. So Morton inbound underneath their own hoop. 3:14 here to go in the half. Redbirds up 30-22. Ball goes into Stefan. Over to Burns. Now to McKee. Nice job of cutting off the three-pointer there by Vasquez.
Oh, nice job by Jones.
Adams. That's Owen Adams for 3. That cuts the Redbird lead to 5. Ball goes into Geyer in the post. Gets the ball to Busey. Ball gets tipped up. Boy, he had a backdoor cut there to Jones to the left, and the Morton defender got their hand up. That's the sophomore off with the drive and the finish. And that cuts the Metamora lead to 3. And Coach Game will take a timeout. Talk things over here with 2:22 to go in the second quarter. Well, Scotty, what do you think here so far?
I think Metamora's shooting lights out. I love, you talked about it all year. Get the ball inside, kicking it out. At some point, though, I think we're going to start, instead of kicking it out, fake that and go to the rack on the inside and get some easy 2-point buckets. Because they're going to start trying to guard that three from outside.
Yeah, you get in there, you pump fake, get them up in the air, maybe draw the old-fashioned three-point play, and that starts to put guys on the bench, and it's a little more physical play here. But right now, we are kind of playing finesse and hitting that backside three, which is great. It's dropping for us. But you're right, we've got to be a little bit more physical on the offensive side.
I like when we get Geyer the ball in the middle, up by the free throw line.
Yeah, he does a great job operating out of that free throw line, kind of elbow high post. Jones now top to Geyer. Back door to Jones. Layup goes.
That was easy.
Nice little play out of the timeout. Gives the Redbirds 5-point lead again. Zeller kicks it out to the sophomore. Doesn't go, and now they're going to draw a foul here against Zeller. Yep, kind of a push.
Put his hand on the Metamora rebounder and held him down, and then went for the ball.
The first on Zeller, 14 fouls, so Redbirds will be shooting on any Morton foul here the rest of the half. Ball goes to Jones. It's taken away by Zeller. Zeller finishes the layup, cuts the lead to 3. Geyer knifes his way into the lane against Burns. Doesn't go. Zeller guarded by Busey. Gets the ball in the paint to Burns. Guarded by Geyer. Backs his way down. Burns cuts the lead to 1. A little over a minute to go in the half. Morton has definitely gotten more physical on the offensive side here. He jumps the passing lane, saves the ball in bounds. Adams recovers it. Now we've got a foul here against Metamora, and I didn't see much there, Scotty. I don't know what we have here. Calling that on Vasquez and had his hand straight up in the air. Interesting call there. That's number 2 on Logan Vasquez, so he'll have to sit down. Morrison now replaces him in the lineup. Ball goes into McKee. Little step through, doesn't go. Jones with the rebound. He did tweak an ankle there. But now the official's going to give him a little injury timeout, and I think Jones will come off the floor. Bourne will sub in for him, but hopefully Brady Jones is okay here.
I think he's all right. He's walking a little better than he did recently.
Get him fixed up. We got 38 seconds here to get to half, so. Morrison now brings it up. Busey to Geyer. To Morrison. Morrison now. Thought about driving, thought better of it, gets it to Busey. Redbirds are holding it for 1 here. Now to Busey. To Geyer. 10 seconds now. Bourne now. Drives the lane, gets it out to Busey for 3. It's good. Now 3 seconds here on the clock. 1, half court by Adams, doesn't go. And that'll bring us to halftime here. Redbirds up 35-31 in Morton.
Take a second to finish thanking our sponsors.
welcome back to Morton High School. Randy, the Redbirds kind of lit it up a little bit that first half, didn't they?
Scott, we played well. We played extremely well. That, you know, the drive and the kick was alive and well there. You know, a couple times we went inside, it got kind of physical, and it just didn't finish for us. You know what I mean? The ball kind of rolled out and whatnot. So.
Yeah, it looked like Brady Jones is down there. It looks like he's fine.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to start the second half. Got his jersey on. No shooting shirt. Came out, didn't have a limp or anything like that.
No.
So they probably taped him up nice and tight. And I think he's probably ready to go.
Can you tell do we get the ball first or do they?
There's a couple jump balls there, so I don't know who's got it.
I think we get the ball first. We'll find out in about 17 seconds.
Well, yeah, is that the possession arrow down there? Yep. It looks like we are getting the ball, Scott.
Yeah, they're going down to play defense.
Well, got to keep doing what we're doing, you know, and, I think one of the keys is we've defended McKee so well this half. I mean, he just really hasn't got into a rhythm at all, and he's kind of the guy that has really hurt us from three last couple of years. Jones to Koch. Koch out top. Gets a screen from Geyer. Geyer now. Nice in the lane. Kicks it out to Busey for three. Doesn't go.
Still a good-looking shot. That's a quick shot.
Nice clean look. Morton now. Burns now has it on the block. Little step through, and Koch knocks it away. Redbirds are on the run. Koch just slips in the lane. Ball gets taken away by Burns. There's McKee. McKee gets bumped by Busey, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Tough one down there. I need to look at that lane down there. I mean, Koch just split in the lane. Uncharacteristic miss there by McKee at the line.
And gets the second. Redbirds up by 3.
Redbirds are spilling down here. Koch looking for the 3. Wasn't available. Now down to Busey. Over to Geyer. Little backdoor cut. And just gets it out to Koch now for 3. Beautiful. Redbirds back up by 6.
What a nice bake. What a feed, though. The feed was just amazing.
Passes have been right on time on that backside 3. Steffen for 3. Doesn't go. Deller with the rebound. Now Busey with the rebound. Gets it up to Geyer in the corner. Gets the screen from Jones. Koch now. Over to Vasquez. Vasquez gets intercepted by Silas. Steffen. McKee now for 3. Doesn't go. Jones with the rebound. Redbirds on the run. Koch in the corner. Hits the 3. Redbirds up by 9.
That equals their largest.
Beautiful looking break right there. The corner 3. Zeller now drives the lane. Little floater doesn't go. Geyer with the rebound. Back up to Jones. Overthrows it. Owens now. And now that's with the steal and the hustle. Koch for 3. No, doesn't go. Geyer in there battling for the rebound. That'll be Metamora ball. Wow. God. Guys are going at it out here.
And Morton will take a timeout.
So 30-second timeout here from Coach Zeller.
You got to keep the good luck going.
That's right. That's right. So Coach Zeller here just probably wants his team to play a little more under control here. They've had some turnovers here as of late. But Redbirds with a 9-point lead here, Scott, and a chance to really bust this thing open in a double digit. 5:30 to go in the third. Got to believe this gave Coach Dame time to cook up a nice little inbound play for us. Busey to inbound for the Birds. Redbirds in a little four-man stack. Ball goes into Koch. Over to Geyer. Ball gets tipped. Morton with the turnover. Zeller now. Layup won't go. Burns with the rebound and putback. Cuts the lead to 7. Geyer now takes it down the lane.
And good.
Finishes with the deuce. And now Silas Stephen gets back to beat the Redbirds down the floor. And Coach Dame's not going to like to see that. Cuts the lead to 7. And
well, that was a quick 5, wasn't it?
McKee picks up Busey. And that leads to a 5-second call here. So Morton to inbound underneath their own hoop here. Ball goes in to Burns. Puts it in, cuts the lead to 5. 5 here. Busey guarded by McKee. Over to Jones. Jones drives baseline. Leaves it for Vasquez, but he was tangled up, and Koch now gets the recovery. Koch in the lane and gets fouled. They go against Adams, and that'll bring Koch to the line to shoot 2. And boy, it's awful slick down on that end of the court. I mean, everybody is flipping around.
I don't believe they wiped the court down in between games either, too. So that's probably.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are sliding down there. Like we're playing on top of a hockey rink or something here, Scott.
Come on, Sammy.
Now for Morton, Krupa and the sophomore Newhoff come in. They replace Zeller and Burns.
Gets the second. 44-38.
Redbirds lead back up to 6. A little over 4 to go here in the third.
That.
Adams just drives the lane, and there's nobody there. So it cuts the lead to 4. And now Zach Bourne gets off the bench for the Redbirds to sub in on the next dead ball. Vasquez kicks it out and gets picked off. And that's Adams. Stephen now takes it down, and Stephen will give the charge. And Geyer and Busey were there. So which one does that go to?
I think it goes to Geyer because he was more.
He took more of the meat and potatoes on that one, huh?
Yep.
So that's the third foul on Stephen. That's a big foul there. Nice job by Geyer. And now Busey's going to wipe up the spill here. And Bourne now is in for Jones for the Redbirds. And Morton comes out in a little press here. Get the ball to Bourne. Bourne's guarded by Burns. He'll get it to Koch. Over to Vasquez. Now to Busey. And they are going to call Vasquez.
What did he do? I didn't see. What did he do?
Well, he cut through. They're saying he brushed somebody in the face. I don't know. I thought he cut through and he was still moving. So that's the third foul on Vasquez. So Morton now to inbound, down by 4 here. 3.5 to go in the third. Ball goes into Burns. Now to Adams for 3. Doesn't go. Koch with the rebound. Pounded by Burns. Over to Geyer. Geyer guarded by Krupa. Geyer will take him in the lane. And gets the bucket to go. And he'll draw a foul here on Tommy Krupa.
That's a muscle basket there.
Nice job by Geyer playing a little bully ball down there in the paint. That'll be the second on Krupa. Geyer to the line to complete the old-fashioned 3. Nice job by Geyer. That's one of the few physical buckets we've gotten tonight, Scott. You know,
and he's a physical player.
Yeah, he does like you just said, in the first half. I mean, he does a great job operating from that free throw line area. He can back guys in, has step throughs, nice little fadeaway shot. Has a real soft touch. The ball comes out, rebounded by Burns.
Too long.
Ball gets knocked out of bounds.
And that'll be Redbird ball.
Get a look at that defense there, but almost looked like a little zone from Metamora, but it might have been Morton's alignment. But yeah, Morton coming out with a little token pressure here just to try to disrupt the inbound. Morrison gets it to Geyer, over to Koch, back to Geyer. Geyer guarded by Krupa, backs him down, cuts the corner, and gets the body from Krupa, but no call. Wow, a lot of contact there. And now they're going to call Bourne with just a little hip check.
Okay.
So that'll be Bourne's first, team's third here.
Have they ever had a dead ball that Morton didn't sub?
I don't think so. But McKee comes back into the game, replaces Krupa. McKee now works his way into the lane. Little fadeaway jumper doesn't go. Zeller now is rebounding, and Bourne now pulls it down. But Morrison now gets it up to Koch. Gets a screen from Bourne. Over to Busey. Back to Bourne. Nice little backdoor cut there by Busey. Now to Geyer. Geyer now. Gets it to Morrison. Now into Bourne. Turns and goes. Pump fakes.
Oh.
And, apparently no contact, and nothing happened there. So Morton now on the run. That's Adams for 3. That cuts the lead to 3 here. 46-43 with a minute and a half to go in the third. Geyer gets his way into the lane. Kicks it out to Morrison for 3.
Good!
And it's good. Brings the lead back up to 6.
That was a much-needed bucket.
Great inside-out look there by the Birds. Burns now backs Geyer in. Gets the ball to Zeller. Spins in the lane. Nice job to wall up by Geyer there. McKee now has it. Back to Zeller. Zeller drives. Left-handed layup finishes. Cuts the lead to 4.
We'll work for one shot here.
Redbirds a little over 30 on the clock. Look for one. Morton now is coming out trapping him. Foul goes against McKee. That'll be his second.
Jones will come back into the game comes in for Geyer?
Comes in for Geyer, looks like, yep.
Geyer's had a good game, man.
Oh, man, he's looked awesome. Ball backdoor to Morrison. Now down to Bourne, back out to Morrison. Morton's kind of looking to double team the ball when they have the opportunity up top. 15 seconds in the third. Redbird's working the ball. Now ball goes into Bourne, to Morrison. Now to Bourne, and he'll get fouled. That's going to go against Burns. With 5.8 seconds on the clock, and actually Bourne's going to go to the line to shoot 2 here since they're in the penalty.
First one's up and good.
Ashton Taylor subs in for Busey here.
That's a good substitution.
And I got to believe we've got a foul to give here, so I think we're going to probably try to slow them down a little bit. And it doesn't go. Ball rolls. And
Out of
Morton's
bounds, Redbird ball.
Redbird will get it with 2.4. And now Busey will check back in
along
for
with
Taylor, along with Geyer for Bourne. We'll have just enough time here, maybe to make 2 bounces and get the ball in. Ball goes up to Koch for 3.
Oh, man.
Let's go. That puts us to the end of the third quarter. Redbirds up 50-45 here in Morton.
It's time to thank our sponsor. Welcome back to Morton. Morton will get the ball to start this fourth quarter. Redbirds up 5, 50-45. Randy, what a ball game.
What a ball game. And, Morton comes out. They've got 5 seniors on the floor right now, Scott. Down by 5 here in this fourth quarter. We're really going to find out how our youth holds up against them. And Adams drives the lane. He'll pick up the foul against Koch. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That'll just be the second on Koch. But, yeah, what a ball game, Scott. Oh, my goodness. I mean, to come into Morton here and play like this, we still got a lot of basketball to play.
Ball climbs in.
Burns with the offensive rebound. Adams now gets into the paint. Leaves it for Steffen. Steffen now, little floater doesn't go. Koch ends up with it, gets it down to Morrison for 2. Fast break, and Redbirds up by 6.
Oh, great hedge by
Teller now leaves it for Burns. Ball goes into Koch. And
out of
Morton,
bounds. Redbird ball.
Owen's foot was out of bounds there on the attempted recovery, so Redbirds to inbound. And now we're going to pick up a foul against Burns here. Being
kind of a cheapie.
Yeah, being a little over-aggressive.
Yep.
Ball goes into Morrison, guarded by McKee. Picks up a screen from Geyer. Morrison now wheels and deals, gets it to Geyer. Geyer now guarded by Burns. Hands it off to Jones. Out to Morrison. Morrison in the lane. Ball gets knocked out. He recovers. And got a 30-second timeout here by Coach Dame.
Yeah, that was a good timeout.
Yeah, Morrison just kind of got stuck down there. I think he thought he had a little backdoor cutter. They closed it down. And you don't have a lot of time in there. You only got 3 seconds. It's kind of a break for him to get the ball knocked out of his hand so he could recover a little bit. And, looking at the faces in the crowd here, Scott, this is a little bit of a shock here. The Metamora faithful. This is a surprise.
Maybe a little bit, but you know what? The way we've been playing this doesn't really shock us, does it?
No, we just kind of keep our head down and our nose to the grindstone. Just keep playing basketball. Gotta love it.
So it'll be Redbird ball after the timeout.
Ball goes into Morrison, guarded by McKee. Morrison takes it in. Left-hand layup just won't go. gets his own rebound and gets fouled. I think that's going to go against Burns. We'll see. It looks like it goes against Zeller.
That's just his second.
That'll be his second.
Vasquez comes back into the lineup replacing, is that Busey?
He came in for Morrison. Looks like.
Okay.
Ball gets left for Koch. Koch guarded by Adams. Now to Geyer. Geyer's guarded by Burns. Geyer now makes some space. Kicks it out. Vasquez now thought about the three. Drives baseline. Gets it over to Geyer for three. Doesn't go. Rebound by Koch. He gets fouled by Adams.
That's 3 on Adams. Of course, at this point, that doesn't really matter.
Well, you know, those are going to add up here at the end of the game. He's one of their key ball handlers. So that's 3 team fouls now on Morton here. So
on this trip.
Yep. Koch for 3.
Wow.
Redbirds up by 7. A little over 6 to go here in the fourth.
They didn't guard the inbounder.
Little backdoor cut by McKee. And he gives the charge. Geyer with the dinner for the Metamora Redbirds. Wow. That's the 4th foul on Morton. So from every foul here on out by the Potters, the Redbirds will be shooting 2 from the line.
Coach's wallet's going to be empty after all these charges we've been taking all these games.
I'm telling you what, I'd say not a bigger place to do it than right here in the Potter Dome.
Just under 6 minutes to go, Randy. We got to work the ball, work the clock, and get a good shot.
Ball gets tipped out by McKee. Back to the Redbirds. You're right. The Redbirds just need to take care of the ball here, be strong with it. Just keep doing what they're doing. Get good looks. Ball goes into Geyer. They'll pick up a double team here from McKee. Gets the ball to Busey. Down in the corner. That's Vasquez. Guarded by Stephan. Vasquez takes him off the dribble. Kicks it out to Jones. Out to Koch. Over to Busey. Over to Jones for 3. Short. Geyer with the rebound gets fouled.
Oh, man.
Doesn't go, and that's going to go against Zeller.
That's 3 on him.
So Geyer now to the line to shoot 2. 5:29 to go in the fourth. Redbirds, the 7-point lead. Chance to extend it to 9.
Up and good.
And now Krupa and the sophomore
Newhoff comes on.
come into the game. They replace Zeller and Burns.
Good.
And Redbirds up by 9. 5.5 to go here in the fourth. Morton's trying to run a play to McKee here to get the 3. Adams misses the bucket. Geyer with the rebound. Up to Koch. Koch now picks up a screen from Geyer over to Vasquez. Gets a double team, and he'll get the foul from McKee. And that'll take Vasquez to the line to shoot 2. And that is the 4th foul on McKee.
Well, send Vasquez to the line.
Has a chance to extend this lead into double digits, I think, for the first time tonight.
Yes. Did he make that? I didn't see it.
No, went off the front.
Huh.
So Zeller and Burns come back to the lineup. They replace Stephan and McKee for Morton. And now Morrison will sub in. He'll come in for the shooter if Vasquez makes it.
So you got to make this if you're the shooter.
There it is.
Oh.
Redbirds up by 10 with 5:04 to go here in the fourth.
Largest lead of the night, Randy.
Wow. Wow. Adams brings it up for Morton. Guarded by Koch. Gets it to Krupa. Back to Adams. He drives the lane. Out to Zeller for three. Doesn't go. Krupa comes in with a rebound and putback. Busey now brings it up against Zeller. Over to Koch. Guarded by Adams. Back to Geyer. Geyer now guarded by Krupa. Now to Jones. Guarded by Burns. Jones gets it back to Geyer. Guarded by Krupa. Now a little double team. And Zeller now is going to get called for the foul. And that'll bring Geyer to the line to shoot two. That'll be the fourth foul on Zeller.
Wow. And Vasquez will come back into the Redbird lineup. Get another guard in there.
Yeah. Take care of the ball, fellas. Morton's getting awful pesky out front here. They're bringing that double team, kind of trying to trap the ball.
Come on, we got to make free throws.
We got to make our throws. So it's one of the lessons we thought we learned, right, Scott?
Yeah.
Krupa and the sophomore Duhoff stub out, and who came in? McKee and Burns, I think.
And we had a couple guys sub in. Oh, missed them both.
Burns with the rebound. Redbirds with the 8-point lead. Morton brings it up. 4 minutes on the clock. Little backdoor cut to McKee. McKee lines up for three. Doesn't go. Koch with the rebound. Gets double teamed. And McCollum for steps. So it'll be Morton to inbound underneath their own hoop.
You know, I kind of thought he might have.
Got to be awful strong in there, especially against that double team. McKee now cuts down the lane. Gets blocked by Koch. Adams now drives in the lane. McKee now, same drive, looking to go. Cuts the Metamora lead to 6. Morton now in the press. We're just really looking to stress that first pass. Ball gets reversed to Jones. Now to Geyer.
No.
Now we're going to get a correction here from the offside official.
No, that went
he saw the tip.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was excellent off-ball officiating there. And so Redbirds to inbound. Ball goes into Morrison. Guarded by McKee. Picks up a screen from Geyer. Geyer now gets doubled. And he gets timeout here by Coach Dame. A 30-second timeout. Redbirds up by 6 with 3:13 to go in the game. And God, this Morton team's just going to continue to be pesky here. And they're going to double team that ball anytime they can. Try to trap you and get you to pick it up. Redbirds in the bonus here, so anytime Morton fouls them, we're going to go to the line to shoot two. We've just got to make sure we take some deep breaths and put it in the hole.
We've only committed one foul.
I tell you, picking up that charge, that second charge by Geyer really changed things, because now when Morton drives, they're a little more tentative, just tentative enough where they're not getting the rim as much. They're kind of pulling up and looking out. And, McKee had the wide open look, and it didn't go for him. And I think the whole place was expecting that to go in. I mean, McKee's a money shooter for this team.
So it'll be Redbird ball after the timeout.
Morrison to inbound. Geyer and Vasquez out there along with Koch and Jones. Ball goes in to Vasquez.
Nice job to not go over
Morrison.
and back.
Morrison drives to the left hand, gets it to Koch. The layup is good. Redbirds back up to an 8-point lead here.
That's a great move by, was that Vasquez? And a nice pass.
Morrison.
Morrison with a great pass to.
Ball gets reversed. Geyer thought of Stephen now in the lane. Koch with the rebound. Gets doubled. Owens for three. Doesn't go. Stephen with the rebound. And Morrison now tries to pick it out. He'll get called with the foul. 2:37 on the clock here in the fourth. Redbirds up by 8. Morton to inbound underneath their own hoop. And now McKee and Zeller check back into the lineup. They replace Tinter and Newhoff. Ball goes into Zeller. Owens now drives the lane. And the layup goes, and he'll have a chance to go to the line here for the three-point play.
2:33, Randy. Just got to be strong with the ball from here on out.
Absolutely.
Got to be strong.
Foul goes against Geyer. That's his first for the game. So Adams completes the three-point play, cuts the lead to 5. Ball goes to Geyer off the press. Morrison now gets double teamed. Now to Geyer, over to Vasquez. Back to Morrison. Guarded by Stephen. To Vasquez, gets doubled. Reverses it. Now to Jones in the corner. Now to Vasquez. Now to Koch. Out to Jones. Jones gets doubled. Kicks it over to Morrison. Guarded by McKee. Now to Geyer. Back to Morrison. Gets doubled. To Koch. Koch in for the layup. Doesn't go. Burns with the rebound. They're going to call Jones, I think, on the push here. That goes against Jones. That'll be the 4th foul on the Redbirds. And that'll be Jones' 2nd foul of the contest. And so now all fouls will be 2-point shots from here on. Morton brings the ball up, down by 5. Double screen high for Owens, for Adams. Layup doesn't go. Geyer with the rebound. Geyer gets doubled, kicks it over to Morrison. Now to Koch. Reverses it over to Jones. Now to Morrison.
That was a good
Now
catch
to
by.
Vasquez. Yeah.
Good catch.
And he's right out on top. And now they're going to call it on Stephen. So Koch will go to the line. I don't know. Oh, they called it on Burns.
Yeah.
Okay, that was. That'll
Minute
be the
16.
3rd on Burns. Vasquez to shoot 2. First one just rolls out.
Randy, we got to work on our free throws again.
Yes, yes, that is definitely.
There you
Second
got
one
the
goes, brings the lead back up to 6 for the Redbirds. Morton brings it up, a little over a minute to go.
Oh, good defense by.
Nice job
by
by
Morrison.
Vasquez on McKee. McKee with a step back, doesn't go. Zeller with the rebound, kicks it out to Adams. It goes. And now Morton will take the timeout here. Down by 3 with 54.6 to go in the game. You know, when you change, we're up by what, 8, 9 points there at one point, and so, we started holding the ball, and that just changes the whole mental focus of your team. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you got to do when you're on the road like this in the game, but you just see it change. It's kind of like, I'll make the analogy like playing the prevent defense.
Right.
In football,
it
right?
prevents you from winning.
So, you start trying to play really disciplined and work the clock, And what happens is your team becomes non-aggressive, right? And then you get,
It becomes passive, and then you don't look to the basket.
Yes, we're not hitting open three. We're not, that aggressive play is what got us there. But now we're just trying to work that clock, and it's a whole different mental mindset for our team.
We've got to hit our free throws, because it's going to be a free throw contest now. This last minute is going to be a free throw.
Oh, no doubt about it. So we just got to be strong with the ball, good crisp passes, meet the pass every time, get good balance on 2 feet, establish a pivot foot, and, recognize that double team early and pass out of it. Don't get locked up. Ball goes into Geyer, gets doubled immediately, reverse pivots, nice job. Now to Vasquez in the corner. Morrison, layup goes.
Good.
Beautiful. I love it. He wasn't tentative there. Take the layup. Take what the defense gives you. Redbirds back up to a 5-point lead here. And now Coach Zeller will take a timeout with 38.9 on the clock. Down by 5. I got to believe he's probably going to try to set up a double screen for McKee here. Try to get open look for McKee. Yeah. Or, the other guy that's been shooting the ball really well is Owen Adams, number 11.
Yep.
So he might be your hot hand right now for Morton. From the Redbird standpoint, you're trying to stay in front of them. You're trying to get a deflection and a recovery. And you're really trying to play defense here without fouling. You don't want to put them to the line. You do not want to give them a chance to score without the clock running. So Morton to inbound at half court. Watch the inbounder, Scott. You always talk about the inbounder being open. I have a feeling this play is going to try to get the ball back to the inbounder or to get to McKee on the opposite block here. Those are the 2 guys that can hurt you the most right now. Ball goes into Zeller. McKee now comes off the double screen.
Whoa!
Pretty good. And Vasquez.
Now why do you take another timeout?
Vasquez got completely tripped on that play, and that's what Coach Dame has kind of got his hands up saying, hey, you can't, that's a double screen. They kind of call that close the door. Your guy goes through and you close the door, but you've got to be set on that screen. And you saw Vasquez kind of got tripped up there. So play goes. He hits the 3. Redbirds down by 2 with 31 to go. And we'll have the ability to run the baseline here and inbound it against the press. So we just got to keep our composure here, Scotty.
Yep.
And at some point, if we can take care of the ball here, Morton's going to foul one of the Redbirds. We just got to step up and make free throws.
So Morton's out of timeout.
The only way they can stop the clock is by fouling. Sending up the line to shoot 2. So Geyer now makes a cut. Goes into him. Back to back. Look at the steal. McKee for the layup. We got a tie game here. 25 to go. Ball goes into Busey. Now over to Morrison. Started by Adams. And now Coach Dame will take a timeout here with 18.5 to go. All knotted up at 63 here in the Potter Dome.
Yep.
Wow. What a game, Scott. What a game. Got to take care of the ball here and hold it for the last shot. All right, worst case scenario, you're going into overtime.
That's right.
Best case scenario, you're getting out of here with a W.
Fun bus ride home.
That's right.
So you work the ball down so that if you miss it, maybe you can get a rebound or a putback, but they can't get down the court.
Yeah, exactly. You try to shoot this ball with about 4 seconds on the clock. That gives you a chance to get an offensive rebound and a putback. That does not give Morton really the chance to get the ball and go. Now, if you're real confident, you shoot the shot with 1 second on the, and you let the time run out as it's in the air. So
who are you looking for to shoot it? Riggs Busey or Sam Koch? I'm saying either one.
Every guy out there right now is fully capable, but, if you post Brady Jones down low, let him go to work down in the post, maybe kick it back out to Koch, kind of get a two-man game going. But, Geyer, Morrison, Vasquez, all these guys are so capable. So we'll see what Coach Dane has lined up for us here. 10 seconds. Ball goes to Geyer. Back to Geyer for three. Doesn't go. Koch with the rebound. And doesn't get it out of his hand. And we're going into overtime, Scotty.
Yep.
Wow. Not exactly sure what we were looking at, but that defense was awful stout down there.
Yeah.
For that last second play.
We actually got a pretty decent look.
Yeah.
I just missed it. It was a decent shot.
Absolutely. Koch skied for that rebound, just did not have enough time to turn and get it up. But here we go. This Morton faithful has now come alive, so that's a whole other element now. Most of the game, with us having the lead, it's been pretty quiet in here. When you think about your typical Morton game. So the crowd now is a big part of this game. And some of those fouls we talked about, we got McKee, got 4 fouls. You got Zeller with 4 fouls. Everybody else with 3, Adams, Steffen, and Burns with 3. The only guy we've got is Vasquez has 3. So, if we're aggressive, we take this at them in this 4-minute overtime. We can kind of change the complexion of their team a little bit.
So we'll jump it up to start this overtime.
Brady Jones will jump against Steffen here to start the overtime period. We got 4 minutes here. Morton controls the tip. Redbird still in the man-to-man defense. Key now. Oh. Redbird's little backdoor cut. And it gets blocked out of bounds, but they're going to call a foul. And Adams will go to the line to shoot 2. And the
Was that a foul?
Goes against Morrison.
Was that a foul?
I'd have to see a replay on that, Scott, but Morrison and Koch were up awful high in the air.
Ball doesn't lie, Randy.
I love it, Scott. I love it. Adams will attempt the second here. And it goes. So Morton takes the 1-point lead here in overtime, 64-63.
Need a bucket. Need a bucket.
Yep. Now it's time to not play tight, play loose. Kind of do what we were doing earlier in the game. Ball goes down to Jones.
And boy,
Redbird's back up by
nice.
1.
That was really nice.
Beautiful. That pass is right on time, right in the right spot for Brady Jones. Ball goes down to Steffen on the block. Burns thought about the 3, drives baseline. Steffen now knifes in. Layup won't go. Geyer fights for it, and now it's up. Oh, he caught it.
He caught it.
Yeah.
He
Wow.
caught it.
Well, a great play by the Morton player, but it came right back to him, and he caught it while he was standing out of bounds. So, wow. That's kind of how this game is going. Just a game of absolute inches. Vasquez now to bring it up for the Birds. Gets a double. Spins out of it. Morrison now over to Koch. Now Jones up top. Gets to Vasquez. Turns and goes baseline. Kicks it out to Geyer. Now to Morrison. Morrison now gets it knocked out from behind by McKee. Morton now comes back down by 1. Stefan now charges. Picks it up. And Stefan now picks up his fourth. And now Coach Zeller is being, did they blow a tee on him? I didn't see. I didn't see what the officiating crew now is getting together. I thought I heard a second whistle there. I didn't see the tee, but that would be my guess.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So that'll go against the coach.
Yep.
Morrison now steps up to shoot the technical.
You can't run out onto the court.
That is generally frowned upon. Morrison now, this is the first, has a chance to extend the lead to 2 here.
We'd be on our way home if we made free throws.
And he banks the second one in. The bank is open tonight, Scotty. Gotta love it. The Redbirds up by 2.
And the ball.
21 to go here in overtime. They'll inbound the ball at half court after the tee. Ball goes into Vasquez. The backcourt guarded by Zeller. Picks up a screen from Geyer. Redbirds now need to take care of the ball and make free throws. And now Coach James takes the timeout.
That's a good timeout. That was a really good timeout.
So 2:06 on the clock. Redbirds up 66-64 with the ball in the Potter Dome. Well, 2 minutes is an awful long time to hold the ball here.
We've got to get a bucket here.
Yeah, we've got to run the offense, let these guys play loose, get a bucket, extend the lead, make it a 2-possession game, you know? I think you run this, you try to get maybe 30 seconds of offense on here. Break down the defense, get them playing a little bit tired, try to get a layup, I don't think you want a 3 at this point in the game. You know what I mean? You want to play physical, you want to take it down. Maybe go at one of their guys. They got 2 guys out on the floor here with 4 fouls. They got Zeller and McKee, both with 4.
I'd go at McKee.
Maybe you look at that matchup, and you kind of go at him a little bit. You're right, McKee is definitely the guy that's got the offensive octane, Morrison to inbound to the Redbirds. Ball goes into Koch down on the post. Kicks it back out to Morrison. Over to Vasquez. Vasquez guarded by Zeller. Back door to Morrison in the paint. Now to Geyer. Doesn't go. Ball gets tipped around. Stefan now drives baseline. Puts it up off the glass. Koch with the rebound. Boy, he skied for that rebound, Scotty. My goodness. Redbirds still up by 2. Double team. Brady Jones gets the ball to Koch in the lane. Gets taken away. Now on the floor. And Morrison comes out with it. Gets the ball to Brady Jones. The layup. Redbirds up by 4. Overhead to go.
A lot of hustle there.
2-possession game here. Wow. That was some crazy scrapping on the floor down there. Adams now on Morrison. Kicks it out to Stefan. Now to McKee. He guarded by Vasquez. Picks up a screen from Zeller. Gets in the paint. Cuts it to a 2-point game here. About 45 to go on the clock. Redbirds inbound. Vasquez has it against McKee. Gets doubled by Vasquez and Zeller. Gets the ball up to Koch. Koch now gets the double. Over to Geyer. Gets the double. To Morrison. And now you've got a foul. That's on Burns. That's his 4th.
It's really just a 27-second game. Because if they score, we don't have to inbound.
Yeah, so Morrison has a chance here to extend
He's got it 1.
to a 2-possession game.
First one doesn't go for him. That's the sign of a really young team when you make free throws. Tries the bench, the second doesn't go, and now Morton comes up with 30 seconds on the clock, down by 2. Zeller gets a double screen, takes it downhill, and he'll pick up the foul on Geyer, and he'll have a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play, and the chance to put Morton up by 1 here with 21.9 to go. Free throw doesn't go. Ball gets tipped out of bounds to Metamora. So game is tied with 20 seconds in overtime. Do the same thing we did in regulation. Same thing. Take care of the ball. Let's get a play here. Ball goes into Vasquez. Guarded by Zeller. 10 seconds. Ball goes to Geyer. To Koch. Back to Geyer. Under 5 seconds. Geyer downhill. Doesn't go. And we're going into double overtime here, Scotty. Oh, my goodness. Wow. What a game. I'm going to need another cup of coffee here, Scott. Mike, I've been working all day, you know? Wow. These guys are giving it everything they have out here. Both teams in the double bonus. Again, you've got Zeller and McKee with 4 fouls, along with Steppen now with 4 fouls. And then Adams and Burns both have 3. And for Metamora, you really have Vasquez and Morrison are the only 2 with 3. So we're in a much better situation here foul-wise.
At what point do we go to next basket win? When's that? When's that going into effect?
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, this crowd just keeps getting more involved in the game as we go. I mean, you know, when I think about that overtime, that scrum down there, when about 8 guys dove on the floor and touched the ball, that about sums up what this game's been about here. It's kind of like a big rugby scrum out here.
It looked like Geyer had a nice path to the basket and just came up short.
Here we go. Morton controls the tip. In double overtime. Zeller gets a double screen here. Jones does a nice job hedging out. Zeller now puts it in.
He got 2 down. He got down 2 deep.
Redbirds come back down. Brady Jones gets it to Koch. Now to Geyer, and he's going to get a hold on Burns. And Geyer now will go to the line to shoot 2. And that'll be the 4th on Burns. Oh, I guess that's his 5th. The board must not be right. So Burns fouls out of the game here. And that'll bring in Tommy Krupa for Morton. Geyer to the line to shoot 2. The first. I have a feeling these guys are going to be shooting some free throws here, Scott. Practice this week. Doesn't go in the second one. Brady Jones tries to run it down. Ball goes off McKee to Metamora. The Redbirds will inbound here, down by 2. Ball goes into Vasquez. 3:30 on the clock in double overtime here. Over to Koch. Geyer posted on Krupa, gets the ball. Drives it down, over to Busey for 3. Redbirds up by 1 here with a little over 3 to go in double overtime. High screen by Stephan. Adams now for 3 and doesn't go. We've got a foul here. Not sure what the call is. Something off ball. A hold on Busey. And so that'll bring McKee to the line to shoot 2 here. And now McKee wasn't the guy. The hold was on Krupa. So now Krupa goes to the line. It was a veteran move there by McKee to step in there and try to hit those free throws. So Krupa takes care of business here. Ties the game up at 71. Has a chance to give Morton a 1-point lead. And he does. Morton up by 1 with 3 minutes to go in double overtime. Jones now on the wing. Gets it down to Geyer. Koch now drives baseline. He'll get fouled by Krupa. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Got a barn burner here, buddy.
Yep. There's Sam Koch. That's the guy you want at the line. Maybe not.
But the first one doesn't go for him. Has a chance to tie it up here. It rolls in. All tied up here at 72 with 2:49 to go in double OT. Zeller now out at center court in the circle, just waiting for Koch to come out, put some pressure on him. Again, 2.5 to go here, so plenty of time. No hurry. Back to Zeller in the circle. Now to McKee, guarded by Vasquez. Back to Zeller, guarded by Koch. Zeller now drives left, and Geyer slides over and takes his 3rd charge of the game. Is that steak and lobster? What's the next step after 2?
I think maybe it's 2 steak dinners. Maybe he gets lunch and dinner.
I mean, what kind of exponential's on there? But what a play.
For a couple sides, maybe.
Stop Zeller, and Zeller is out of the game. That's his 5th foul.
Yep.
So that's a key ball handler coming out of the lineup here.
Coach's son.
For Morton, yeah, coach's son, which is always a next-level kid to have out there on the floor. So the sophomore, Reed Newhoff, replaces him, 6'3" sophomore. Vasquez brings it up. Game tied here, under 2 minutes to go in double overtime. Goes to Jones, now to Koch. Sets the screen. Koch for 3. Doesn't go. Cooper with the rebound. All tied up. Owens now gets it to the sophomore. Doesn't go. Geyer with the rebound. Geyer now gets the screen from Koch. Now to Busey in the corner. Over to Jones. Guarded by Stephan. It's Geyer. Geyer takes it down in the paint. Little step through. And he gets...
Oh,
they're calling him for a foul. I'm sorry, they're calling him for traveling. And that is shocking that wasn't a foul on Krupa, but
he was straight up and down, though, Randy. He was straight up and down.
All tied up, and Coach Zeller will use his timeout here in double overtime to talk things over with 1:10 to go. All tied up, fellas.
We thought we were going to get a barn burner. I mentioned it in the girls' game, and we were right.
Yep.
What a game. Geyer draws 3 charges in this contest. Wow. We had a game where somebody drew 3 charges before. Maybe Ashton Greaves, maybe. I mean, I can't remember one.
Maybe early on in Danny's tenure.
I mean, what a performance. I think all the Redbirds need to do now is hit some free throws, Scott. We hit some free throws, we walk out of here with a W. That's about it, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've just gone completely ice cold from the line.
Yeah, it's been strange. Stephen the inbound for Morton here from half court.
Oh, did he travel?
A lot of steps there, but Key tries to get the 3 off. Vasquez does a great job and drives down the lane. The left-hand layup goes. Morton up by 2 here with 45 on the clock.
We're going to hit a 3 to win it.
Double overtime. Now to Koch up top. Gets a screen from Jones. Koch now gets downhill, kicks it out. Busey now for 3. And it's good. Redbirds up by 1 here with 30 seconds to go in double overtime. And Morton McKee now gets downhill. The little floater rolls off, and Krupa now with the rebound putback. He gets fouled by Geyer, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. With 22.9, Redbirds up by 1. Tommy Krupa at the line to shoot 2. Misses the first, has a chance to tie it here. I tell you, if this misses, he's got to have this rebound, Scotty. And he ties it up with 22 to go. And here we go. Same situation we've been in.
Got to just be calm.
All
We've had a chance to win it.
Period there. Yep. Busey now. Gets pushed away. Busey now to Vasquez. Back to Busey. Takes it down the lane. Layup doesn't go. Jones is battling for it. Gosh, here we go.
There's no foul there?
Overtime number 3 here at Morton.
I think IHSA needs to invoke a sudden death. I think we're getting there where it's probably about time.
My goodness. My goodness. Again, you look up at the foul board here, you got McKee with 16 points, still with 4 fouls, and making a big impact on this game. And then you've also got Stephen there with 4. And on the Redbird side, you've got Vasquez and Morrison with 3. So
that was another good look. How did we miss the layup?
it just didn't go for us. Yeah, I mean, we had a great opportunity. We just got to finish it. We got to hit some free throws, and we got to be able to finish under pressure. So this was the stress test we talked about, Scott. I don't know how much. It might be more for you than the players at this point. Anybody got a nitroglycerin tablet here for Scotty? We might need that. Oh, my goodness. Wow. What a game. What a game. Woo. Here we go. Stepping again to jump against Jones for the 4th time tonight, Scott.
Yeah.
In triple OT.
Stepping with 4 fouls. Oh, and
the Redbirds control the tip for the first time tonight.
Are we fresher? We're younger.
That's right, it's those young legs. Vasquez now to Jones. Jones has it out top. Gets it to Geyer against Krupa. Now to Koch. Koch to Busey in the corner. Guarded by McKee. Geyer now guarded by Krupa. Hands it off to Koch. Gets a switch. Had a double. Geyer now works his way down in the lane, gets it to Busey, down to Jones in the paint, out to Busey, over to Vasquez for three, off the front, doesn't go. Somehow Geyer pulls it out of there, and he gets tackled.
Hotted.
That's by Krupa, so first down for Geyer. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. And Brady Jones kind of got up in the air and tipped that ball. Somehow Geyer just latched onto it and held onto it through contact. He maintained contact with the surface of the ground, Scott. And shooters roll there for Geyer. The first one goes, giving the Redbirds a 1 point lead here.
Look. We do better when I don't look. I'll tell you what happens, Scott.
Oh, my goodness. Geyer hits them both. Gives the Redbirds a 2
That's the
point
key.
lead
I can't
here.
look.
You get the rally cap going here. Adams now. Steffen guarded by Jones. Steffen now. It's the wheel and deal against Jones. Gets it back to Adams. Adams now guarded by Busey. To McKee, guarded by Vasquez. McKee with a fadeaway jumper. Doesn't go. Jones with the rebound. Over to Koch. Redbirds up by 2. Koch now kicks it over to Vasquez. Now to Geyer. Geyer gets the screen from Busey. Now to Vasquez. Over to Koch for 3. Doesn't go. Geyer with the rebound putback. Doesn't go. Vasquez somehow recovers it. And now back out to Koch. Wow. What a sequence of events there. Now Koch will get fouled. And that's on Steffen. That'll be number 5 on Steffen. So he'll have to lead the contest. Koch to the line to shoot 2 to give the Redbirds a 2-possession lead here, Scott.
That's like going over a mountain.
These free throws are so important. Koch hits the first. Redbirds up by 3. Here's the 2-possession.
You got to let me know, Eli.
Don't be looking at this, Scott. And he puts it in. Redbirds up by 4. Two-possession game here with 2:20 to go in triple overtime. My goodness, what a game. Tommy Krupa comes up. Adams refuses the screen. McKee thought about it. And Brady Jones tips it out of bounds. It'll be Morton to inbound underneath their own hoop. 2:07 to go here in triple OT. Redbirds up by 4. And we're going to get a foul here on, see where this goes. Somehow that's on Vasquez. And Krupa will go to the line here.
That's 4 on him?
That's 4 on Vasquez. Krupa goes to the line here to shoot 2. Cool as a cat. Krupa puts it in. Basketball runs in their family. I think he's got a sister playing basketball in Ivy League right now. Krupa brings the Metamora lead down to 2. Krupa now into double digits with 11. Geyer gets the ball to Busey. Busey over to Koch. Koch drives the lane, gets tripped by Krupa, and that'll take him to the line to shoot 2. And Krupa now looks like he's going to foul out of the game. So that'll bring in
Judah Sanders,
number 22 here, Judah Sanders, 6'2" sophomore who has, I don't think he's been in the game at this point.
Is that the last guy in uniform? I think that's their last guy in uniform.
So Koch to shoot 2. Yeah, it's very possible. Koch to shoot 2 has a chance again to make this a 2-possession game. Gets the first. Scott's looking away for the second, which means he's probably going to make it. And it's good. Redbirds up by 4. 1:49 to go, and now Colin Morrison replaces Koch.
Koch has just got to be exhausted.
Koch has 19 as he takes the bench here with 1:45 to go in triple OT. Ball gets knocked away, recovered by Morton. McKee now has it against Vasquez. Drives to the lane. Jones comes over to help, but the layup goes. Cuts the lead to 2. Ball goes into Busey. Back to Vasquez. Redbirds up by 2 here with 1:20 to go. Over to Geyer. Over to Morrison. Gets doubled. Reverses out of it. Gets the ball down to Vasquez. Vasquez takes a lot of contact. No call down in the lane. McKee now has it. Drives the lane. Little floater. Doesn't go. Morrison with the rebound and gets fouled immediately. So that'll send Morrison to the line to shoot 2. And let's see who this foul goes against. Foul goes against, was that number 2? Is that the sophomore?
Yeah.
New off. And McKee ran out of there pretty quick. He didn't want the referee looking back, picking up his number. So Morrison again has a chance to extend this to a 2-possession lead for the Redbirds. First one's good. All right, Scott's looking away. So Koch now comes into the game, replaces Vasquez. Vasquez goes out with 12 points and 4 fouls. Second one goes out of bounds to Morton. And so Redbirds up by 3 with 1:01 to go here in triple overtime. I got to believe McKee's the guy here for them. That's the guy they're going to look to run. Adams now takes the baseline, reverse layup, doesn't go. Jones with the rebound, gets it out to Koch. Koch kicks it out to Morrison. Morrison now gets it over to Busey. Now to Geyer, back to Busey. And now they're going to foul him. And that'll send Busey to the line to shoot 2.
With 34 seconds to go, Randy. Wow. I can't look.
Busey's been pretty calm this game. I don't see him missing any of these. First one's good.
I can't look again.
2-possession game here for the Redbirds. Now Busey has a chance to extend it. Now Vasquez comes back into the game. He replaces Morrison. I got to believe he's going to get the assignment to guard McKee. Second one doesn't go. Now Adams to bring it up for Morton. Down by 4. Under 30 on the clock. McKee now has it against Vasquez to pull up 3. Doesn't go. Ball out of bounds. Whoa.
No, it wasn't out of bounds.
Adams now. Oh,
yeah,
and the ball's out of bounds to Morton with 13.2 to go here.
All right, Randy.
Down by 4. And Coach Stoller uses his timeout here.
If it's less than 4 seconds, we don't have to inbound it.
You just let it drop. You're right. Let it drop, let the clock run. Wait for the official to pick it up and hand it to you. Then you still get to run the baseline. It goes in here. But 13.2, Scotty. Up by 4 in triple overtime. What do you think?
I don't have to work out tomorrow.
I think we have a chance. I've seen Dumb and Dumber before. I think we have a chance.
Well,
you're saying we got a chance here.
I think we got a chance.
But we are in Morton.
Yep.
Stranger things have happened here before.
We won a game here that we were down 4 with we were down 3 with like 4 seconds to go in the game, and we won.
Wow. Well, let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt us here. So Morton inbound underneath their own hoop. Again, I think the key guy here you got to watch is McKee. McKee's got 18 now. and Adams has 22. Ball goes in. That's McKee with the three-pointer.
Whoa.
It goes with 9.2 on the clock. That cuts the lead to 1.
That was just a wing and a prayer.
Wow. I mean, they were walled up against him. I mean, he had to elevate. And that was a fadeaway, elevated
a wing and a prayer
shot. My goodness. Almost dragged the rafters here at the Potter Dome. It went up so high. So all of a sudden, 9.2 seems like a lot of time. I don't know about you fellas.
I'm still kind of, a little iffy on it.
All I know is we got to hold the ball strong, and we got to make our free throws. We got to pivot. We got to take care of it.
We had trouble getting it in at the end of regulation there. That play keeps running through my mind. We had trouble getting in there at the end of regulation. We got a quick 2 there, so I'm worried.
We can run the baseline here, which gives us a little bit of an advantage. To be able to get a better angle on it. So, yeah, Morton is out of timeouts here. The Redbirds have 3, so if they get in a tough spot, call a timeout, go back, talk things over again. Vasquez now comes and gets it back to Koch, and he gets grabbed immediately. And with 7.1 on the clock, Koch has a chance to extend the lead to 3.
They have to fill the low 2 blocks.
Yeah.
I can't look.
Koch makes the first.
Oh.
Redbirds up by 2. Koch now has 20. Looking for 21. He gets it. Redbirds up by 3. 7.4 to go. And now here's Adams. And the ball goes out of bounds for the Redbirds. 3.4 on the clock. And Coach Dame will take a timeout.
Oh, good timeout. Good
to
timeout.
talk things over. Make sure. And wow, you got to believe Adams wants that one back. It just kind of got away from him. I think he had his head up looking for an opportunity. Maybe looking for McKee. And wow, Redbirds to inbound here in triple overtime. Up by 3. 3.4 in the clock.
I don't even have a button back here for triple overtime.
We're going to have to tell Phoenix he's got to add a couple buttons to the box there, right?
I guess.
You never know. I mean, this is kind of like the Illinois-Penn State game a few years ago. You know what I mean? This thing just kept going here. So.
Hopefully we don't get to 9. Maybe we'll take it outside and start trying 2-point conversions. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow. To do this in one of your arch rivals, gym.
Against all seniors. You know, and obviously they have a sophomore and they've got some other players out there right now, but I mean, they came in and really took it to a senior-heavy squad here in Morton. So, we talk about the stress test. So Busey to inbound. Redbirds get set up. And there's the Geyer. Geyer's got it. He gets fouled immediately, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 2.1 seconds on the clock. Up by 3.
If he makes the first, you don't even have to play defense.
That's right. If he makes the first, you just back off and let things go.
If he makes the first, would you miss the second?
I don't know that it matters. Well, now it matters that he needs to make the second.
Right.
Again.
It's going to be tough. 2.1.
You can put the nail in the coffin here with this free throw. There it is.
There it is.
All right.
Redbirds will go to 5 and 2.
Redbirds take a timeout. Coach Dame takes a timeout here.
So they can hit a 3, but we don't even have to inbound the ball.
Well, the key is you can't foul during the attempt. You know what I mean? You got to stay away from them. Even if they hit it, you just stay away from it.
I put everybody back here.
Yeah, just come back here. Just stay.
You don't even have to play defense.
Yeah, but that's you try to contest the 3, and now somebody makes it. We saw that. What was well, it wasn't this situation. I'm going back to the super sectional game up at NIU, where we thought that game was going into overtime or double overtime or whatever it was, and we just kind of went out there, and we were only up by 2 at the time.
1.
We're up by 1, or no,
No,
we were tied. It was tied. And so we just assume, we're just not going to foul. And they hit that 3-pointer, but obviously we're in a different situation here up by 4.
So they're just going to put Logan back there as a token guy.
Yeah, just try to get somebody to touch it, get that clock running.
And make them inbound it there.
Ball goes into Adams. And game over. Redbirds win in triple overtime here at Morton, 86-82. What a game. And we'll be back with Coach Gaines with an interview here in just a minute.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to Morton. We're here with a very happy but probably a little tired head coach, Justin Dame. Coach, wow, what a ball game.
That was a fun game, huh? We've had a lot of games like that over here over the years. The last 10 years. What a battle for our guys. I was a little concerned there in the first overtime, second overtime. We started hanging our heads a little bit after missing free throws, but we got out of it, and we shot it really well down the stretch. You got to give our guys credit. They stepped up. They didn't let the pass fails and mistakes get to them, and they put it behind them in the rearview mirror, and next play is all that matters, and that's what they did.
Coach, I want to know, how many free throws are you going to shoot in practice next week?
Same as we always shoot. Unless you got a way to make our gym this loud at practice and make this much pressure, there's nothing we can do to simulate.
Yeah.
We need a game like this. As you can see, we were better at the end with that experience. Hopefully that, we can draw on that going forward. And this might be the loudest environment we'll play in all year.
Oh, for sure.
Reminded me of Kankakee last year, right?
At Washington, yeah.
Yes.
Coach, a lot of your kids, there's so much youth on this team, but they really grew up. From that first quarter to that last overtime, you saw some kids. I mean, they were on fumes. Morton was too, but your kids were on fumes, and they gutted it out.
Yeah. Both teams got some really tough, gritty kids. Our guys just stepped up and made plays when they needed to. We had 3 chances to win on the last second. Didn't make any of them, but we made our free throws when it counted.
Coach, and we talked about before the game a little bit, this is a little bit of a stress test for you guys. Being a young team coming in here, senior-laden team from Morton, 5 seniors. I mean, what do you think? I mean, you look at that stress test. And it's early. Yeah. It's still early. But what does this tell you about your team so far?
No, I love it. This is what we need. This is way different than summer basketball in June when there's no fans in the stands. The other team doesn't know any of your plays. Both teams, we know each other so well. I taught here. Every single kid that played in that game I had in health class, except for Krupa. But obviously I know all those guys. Big rivalry game. These are the types of environments that you dream of. This is why guys play basketball.
Coach, I thought when you needed a bucket, from the first quarter all the way to that third overtime, Briggs Busey came through with some big pile shots for you. He had some big plays. I thought the gritty play of Gavin Geyer, oh my. Everything, charge after
What do you get for 3 charges? We know what you get for 2. What is there a factor on number 3? We even know these rules.
We got a plaque on the wall for guys who get 4 in a game, and Kaiser Quick and Nate Klusky, our new assistant coach, the only 2 guys on that. Maybe we need to come up with something.
Brady Jones, had a little bit of an injury right before halftime, but man, he gutted it out. Made some big rebounds for you. Made some big plays for you.
I think he got almost every big rebound down the stretch that we needed, and that's what he's got to do. He was. You could tell he was a little hobbled in the second half. Didn't quite have it 100% because of the knee-to-knee hit that he took, but man, he gutted it out and found a way to make big plays. Whether it was, it doesn't have to be scoring. He had some good ball screen hedges, played some good defense, walled up, and got some great rebounds.
And Logan Vasquez. Wow. What can you say about him? He was just incredible tonight.
Yeah, he was amazing. He played through foul trouble all night, played without fouling, guarded the other team's best player every single possession. He was incredible.
You got to be really proud of your kids tonight, don't you?
I can't tell you how proud I am of those guys. to win in triple overtime on the road at Morton after some adversity, blowing the lead like we did last week at Washington, and making our free throws. I've never been more proud of this group.
Coach, and you get to come back tomorrow night and play again.
Yes, we do.
Coach, good. Congratulations, nice win. I want to thank Jonathan Stahlberg. I want to thank Randy McGowan, my broadcast partner, Eli Young, and my brother Mike Kerker for the camera work. Coach, it's
Thanks.
great. We'll see you again tomorrow
guys.
night.
What a game,
That was
Coach.
good from Morton. Redbirds win in triple overtime. We'll see you tomorrow night against U High.